Hello and welcome to another episode of Collab with Kiva. I'm your host, Kiva Slade, and today we're going to talk about unlocking small business growth, effective coaching insights for leadership, team management, and growth. And not only for your business, but in many instances, as a service-based provider, we have to do this for our clients in order for their businesses to grow. And so this is really about coaching our clients in those three areas: leadership, team management, and growth. And growth can take on a few different meanings. We find ourselves in this role of coaching, helping our clients to grow their businesses and their teams. So we're going to explore some effective coaching insights, especially around having difficult conversations and why we need to also grow ourselves so that we can grow others. So let's dive in. First step, the importance of coaching, in service-based businesses. Excuse me. Coaching is essential for the success of both your business and your clients. If you provide marketing services to a small business owner, you might need to find yourself coaching them on leadership, team management skills that can help them effectively communicate with their team and align their marketing strategy with their overall business goals. Effective coaching can also help your clients achieve growth by identifying opportunities for improvement and development of a roadmap for success. And coaching your clients can sometimes be challenging. How do you do that? Well, there's always the importance of open-ended questions like what and how. Starting with those to really listen to what they're saying and being able to repeat that back to make sure that they're actually hearing you. But also, in addition to that, and we're going to dive a little bit into this about growing ourselves, you have to know what it is that they're going to need the coaching on or in. There are times when clients may come to you. They might be feeling blah about their business. They might be feeling some sort of angst around some decisions, some changes, some things that are happening. Maybe they have had a difficult start with another service provider and they're coming to you asking for your insights and growth and being aware of situations. Maybe you have some things to share with them around where they may have needed to grow or show up differently for them, for their team, in order to show up differently for themselves and their business. So you want to make sure that you take time to invest in coaching for yourself. There's some great books out there. One of my favorites, I don't have it next to me, but another good one is The Coaching Habit. Say Less, Ask More, and Change the Way You Lead Forever by Michael Bungay Stanier. And so there's that one. There's another good one that I really don't see. But at any rate, there's some really good books out there. Another one, Supportive Accountability, really helping our clients do the best that they can with the teams that they have, with the businesses that they have created, with the relationships that they have built. And that's all super important. Some days, let's be honest, you're ready to burn it all down, get rid of the team, get rid of everything, because that might feel easier. But the reality is, it's not. Studies after studies have shown and proven that retraining after firing is so expensive. So learning how to coach up your clients so that they step more into the leadership role, the CEO seat in which they need to occupy. So the second thing, though, is when you have those coaching things, they sometimes might lead to difficult conversations with your clients. Oh, goodness. And this can be so tricky because I think that sometimes we feel as service providers that we're in an awkward space because we have to tell someone who is paying us money something difficult. Some are very open and receptive, and some maybe a little bit less so. But if you're, for example, coaching a client who's struggling with employee turnover, you may have to have some difficult conversations about like the root causes of the turnover and develop a plan to address the issues. The turnover might be a result of their leadership. So, how do you go about that conversation? And it's really important to actively listen to the client and what they're sharing. But also, I feel that so much of this is built upon having already established a good client relationship. People are so much more willing to hear hard things from those that they know have their best interests at heart, or at least close enough to it. And so, actively listening after you have built that really good, strong relationship is so important. Also, again, asking the open ended questions, giving that constructive feedback. When things have maybe gone awry, you sometimes have to be that voice of reason, that voice of discernment and wisdom that the client needs at that moment. And in many cases, for many of us, they're looking to us for that. They're craving that from us. So don't shy away from the difficult conversations. They are necessary for growth and for change in many instances. And for those clients that you have that have teams, it's a ripple effect. It actually is a difficult conversation that really is for the benefit of others and maybe not necessarily yourself because of the your relationship with the client, but it's really important for the success of many businesses, especially small businesses, to be able to have those difficult conversations. You want to start them always with empathy, understanding, so that you make sure, again, that solid foundation that's built upon trust and maintaining a positive relationship with your clients is still present. Again, there is no magic elixir on having difficult conversations. You might want to role play it out with someone else if that's something that is of you find as helpful for yourself. Depending on your faith, you might want to pray about it and just really measure your words when you are speaking. It's really not about you and feelings and emotions. You really want to get to root causes, or, they say like in therapy, peeling back the layers of the onion. Know that whatever situation, it didn't just appear. It's probably been things before you started with this client. There might be things after you leave with this client, but what can you do while you're there to make things better? And so sometimes you do have to peel back those layers of the onion in order to get to a root cause. And that is when you can get to a plan that gets people out of like that repeat of the root cause because it's never been addressed. Okay, but again, in order to do this, we have to grow ourselves. Like you cannot, you can't pour out of an empty cup. But also, you have to work on growing yourself in many cases in different capacities, whether it's conferences, workshops, books on leadership and management, mentorship from others. You have to develop your own coaching skills, your own toolkit of how you work with clients and how you work on yourself. Because as you better yourself, you are putting yourself in a better position in which to coach your clients and help them actually achieve their goals. And that's really important. You want to seek out those avenues, whether it's mentorships or conferences, workshops, your own self-reflection, thinking of how you've handled things, how things could have been handled differently. Hindsight's 20/20 for a reason. Like we can always look back and give ourselves a fair assessment of what took place and what we could have done different and better for the future. And so I believe life gives us lessons sometimes more than once, because the first time we might not have gotten it right. But if we take that time for self reflection, we can get it better the second time. So, as I begin to close out, I really want you to have some actionable takeaways to understand how to effectively coach your clients. Again, you want to first build strong relationships with your clients. That creates a foundation of trust. So, from the get go, whether your engagement with them is short term, long term, medium term, you always want to do your best to create a foundation of trust, because that makes the rest of this so much easier. Number two, develop effective communication skills like active listening, asking open ended questions. If a client is struggling, like, what are the biggest challenges you're facing with the team? What are some potential solutions you've considered? Sometimes we're eager to jump in with what our thoughts are. Take time to actively listen. What have they already done? Okay, maybe something they've done, they might have done like to the fifth degree when it needed to go to the sixth degree. So actively listen. And you can only do that by first asking questions. So that's part of your own communication toolkit. So make sure you build it. And last, invest in your own professional development. Again, there's so many different avenues available to us nowadays. You have SCORE mentors who are amazing and free. If paid coaching is not something that you can do, there's obviously masterminds, conferences, workshops, and so many things that you can take advantage of in order to stay up to date with trends and best practices and all the good things that you need. And there really is no shortage of opportunities out there in which to better ourselves in the area of professional development. And hey, it's a business write-off, so it's a win-win. So again, as we close out, just remember, like, effective coaching requires building strong relationships, having difficult conversations, and continuing to grow ourselves so that we can grow others, especially those that are our clients. So thank you for tuning into this episode. I hope you found it informative and actionable, and feel free to share with me some tips that you have for effectively coaching your clients. So I look forward to talking with you next time. Bye.